Wow, I really don't even know how to start this. The word of the day is prejudice.
This is your one life. Your one life. Don't gamble it on the small shit. On the small shit. On the small shit. On the small shit. This is your one life.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Dream Chaser. I had an experience today that was actually rather interesting. Now, a lot of you all know, those few who follow me and or watch me know that I now live in the South. I moved to Atlanta from Chicago a few months ago. And I knew in the back of my head that something like this was bound to happen. I just didn't know what it would feel like. This man and I, we're walking and we are clearly going to the same place. Older white guy. And I'm walking a bit ahead of him, or I'm going to reach the door before him. So I decided that I'm just gonna hold the door open. Not because I felt that I had to, or any other reason outside of the fact that I just wanted to hold the door open. It's a kind thing to do. So he and I are in the elevator bank, and we're waiting on the elevator to come. And this younger white guy comes in, and he's also waiting on the elevator, right? Right. So the elevator comes, and I get in the elevator, and then the younger white guy, I want to say we were probably around the same age, he gets in the elevator, and then the door starts to close. The elevator doors start to close, and so he holds the door open for the older white guy to get in. I don't know why he wasn't paying attention, but he wasn't. And so he's like, well, thank you. And, I'm on my phone, Facebook, you got to try to get it to refresh before you get in the elevator. So you have a couple of things to look at. And I'm in my head like, he just said thank you to this white dude, but said nothing to me at all. And I just held the whole door open for him. But I wasn't really in my feelings about that, because a lot of times ignorance is what it is. And so we get down to the lobby of the building. So the way the parking garage is set up is you park, you go into a set of elevators. That set of elevators leads you directly into the lobby of the building that I work in. And so then once you get into the lobby, there are two more elevator banks. One starts at floor 8 to 22, and the other one goes from floor 23 to like 40 or 50 or something like that. I don't know. So I'm really not, and trust, I really was not in my feelings about the fact that this guy did not say thank you, even though I just heard him say thank you. So in my head, I'm like, so you have the capacity to utter those two words, but you don't. But I wasn't in my feelings because, things like that happen to me a lot, and I must say that I'm guilty of it too, which is why I didn't think anything of it, because there are a lot of times people hold doors open for me and I'm not paying attention. And I just don't say thank you, not because I'm being an asshole or anything, I just don't. So here's where the problem comes in. We're all now in the lobby, and we're all going to the set of elevator banks that get you to floors 8 through 22. And so I press the button because it's just us. There are only the three of us there. And we're waiting on the elevator, and since it's kind of early in the morning, the elevators are like right there, right? So I get on the elevator. The younger white guy gets on the elevator, and then I hold the door open because I know that this older white gentleman, is still outside. So he's like, the younger white guy, he peeks his head out, and he's like, are you gonna get on the elevator? And he's like, no, I'll wait. And I hit that closed door button so fast because, see, then I knew what it was. Not to mention, or rather, I failed to mention that when we got into the first elevator in the parking garage, he scoffed at me. He kind of looked at me and he scoffed at me like, oh. And I felt it. But again, I'm not that guy. Because I can be petty. I can be real petty, but I just choose to use my powers for good and not for evil. And so me and the other guy, clearly because it's just us in the elevator now, we're riding the elevator up. I said, "Oh, I get it now." He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Wow, I guess, welcome to the South." And I was talking to a couple of my coworkers about it, and they were like, "Yeah." The F you mean, yeah? This Southern living, I do like Atlanta. I'm starting to like Atlanta more. I'm starting to appreciate Atlanta more. But this whole being in the South thing, it's an interesting experience. And I grew up in Missouri, and I've never experienced or felt that. Or maybe I did, and I was just, I'm oblivious to a lot of things. And so things would be happening around me, and, someone will be trying to be petty, and it won't have any effect because I'm not paying attention. So that was my experience today. And the more I thought about it, and I keep saying that I'm not in my feelings, but I think I kind of am, and not to the point to where it affected me to where I feel bad because I wasn't the one who was prevented from getting on the elevator. One of my friends said, "Oh, well, that's racist." I'm like, well, no, it really wasn't racist because he didn't prevent me from doing something. He actually prevented himself from doing something, from getting on that elevator and getting to wherever it was, to whatever floor that he was trying to get on. My request, if I should be so inclined to make one, is that if you're going to be prejudiced, don't be a bitch about it. Let's not be a bitch about your prejudices. Just let it be known. I mean, I am black and I'm very proud, and I have no problem with letting people know that. There are a lot of things that I am proud of, and I don't hide it, and I don't hide behind things. But a prejudiced coward will hide behind the fact that he or she or that they are prejudiced because they won't go to their job and they won't announce it. They won't wear a sign on their shirt or on their forehead and announce it. They would rather spend their lives doing petty little things, which is very interesting to me because when you invest that much energy into something like that, you are committed. It's kind of like when you make the decision to go to the gym every day, right? You know that you're going to get up and you're going to, work on your chest, your abs, your back. You're going to work on your arms and your legs or your delts or your quads or whatever. And you commit to it. And that's kind of what being prejudiced is about, because you have to every day wake up with that conscious decision being made in your head. I'm not gonna like anybody that's not white. And let me stop, because it's not just white people. I'm not gonna like anybody that's not black, or I'm not gonna like anybody that's not brown, or et cetera, et cetera. You have to put so much energy into that. And whenever someone puts that much energy into me, I'm flattered. Because the one thing that a lot of people don't know is that there is no new energy being created in the universe. All of the energy that we have and that we expend, it's been here, it's going to stay here. It doesn't die, it's just redirected. And so I chose to receive that negative energy. Well, I guess what he wanted me to feel as being negative energy, hell, he probably didn't want me to feel anything. It probably wasn't even about me. But I took that and I laughed because I think it's silly. And the rest of my day was great. I guess the best part about that that whole experience is having a witness to it, because a lot of times I think I witness a lot of things that I don't really be witnessing and it just goes on in my head. But it was good to have the other white guy in the elevator who confirmed it, because I've never felt that, but my mom and my dad always told me I know what it felt like, and it was like at that moment I just knew that that's what it was. So listen, if you're gonna be prejudiced and prideful. Be pride and prejudice. Have some pride with your prejudice. So as always, I don't know what it is that brought you to this channel, but I love you. I appreciate you. Remember to comment and to subscribe. And this is your boy Dream Chaser, and I'm out.